love who's been able to join. I need to fix my Pomodoro timer because I had it in power hour mode. Hello. Let me see who messaged. Oh my gosh, please. Hold on 1 second. There we go. It was not a message. It was just a ding. Wait, no, it is. Maybe I'm like looking at the wrong. Well, it says there was a message, but I don't see it. Now I'll figure it out in a second. I'm sorry if you're talking to me and I cannot tell. Maybe. Oh, Lefty, hi. Your game is way too loud. That's hilarious. I looked through the reading glass and it made me write Jar Jar translations. That's hilarious. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I didn't know this for a long time, but Jar Jar Banks or whatever is like based off of like really bad stereotypes. And I had no idea because he's just so astronomically like nuts. Let me see if I can. Okay. Sorry, I'm fixing the clock. I think that we need it to be 6 times like we've done before. And then what did we do? We did like 15 minutes each time, and then 5-minute break, and then one long 10-minute break, I think. So let's do that again. Oh, whoops. There we go. Okay, I think that is how it should look. And hello. Let me see. Hey, it's GK! I'm so glad you're here. Stream last night was fun, especially pre-stream with talking nonsense in circles about around person. I was not having it last stream. I was like, listen, my anxiety is too high for this. I'm immediate timeouts to everyone. No bans, just timeouts. Hi, Sophie. Kachoo was being very present and active. Pick a lane. We can't stand there. This is where I'm going to write with my hands. Right here. Wow, so he's picking right there. No. My brother's also up here. And so I have some questions for you. If you have a character sheet, like where you fill it out and you learn about the character, you get to know your own character, I would love if you sent your suggestions my way, or I don't know if Twitch lets you write links to things. And I'm talking more like character development type of character sheets, not so here's the problem. Here's the situation. He's a dungeon master and he has the worst case of world builder's disease I have ever seen. And whenever I bring stuff up, he's like, oh, how does that go to their power? How does that go to this or that? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Because he's constantly talking about the world and lore. And I'm like, this is for character development. And he's like, oh, yes, character development. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. So if you have any suggestions on, like, character, like, I don't want to say sheet because that makes his ears perk up and he's like, Dungeons and Dragons. But no, I'm talking about, like, a character arc sheet or get to know your own character sheet so that he doesn't, like, sink into his old habits. That would be great. And then also, let's see. I missed most of her shenanigans. That's good. It's because I was like, and we're done. Honestly, bans might be justified at this point. I feel that to be true. I think this is where Jenna's really nice. Like, there have been people everywhere where I'm like, oh, I can just block them. She's like, no, we need to make sure we follow these rules, and this is a precedent, and this person hasn't crossed any boundaries here, but they're just being, like, frustrating and off-putting or whatever. And I'm like, or we could just get rid of them. And maybe that's why I totally fit into the neckbeard mod problem. I'm glad that she's fair and just, but sometimes I'm like, we don't need this energy. We don't need this energy. Kachoo's fluffy tail. It is so, he's being like really like snuggly. I don't know, he's squishing his flat face into me. So it's this whole thing. Also, let me scoot this. Maybe that's why he's upset, because I have my notebook here. I just realized. Bloop. Did you want to sit there? Is that the issue? Who's to say? She was before stream and then got timed out immediately. Yeah. If only to protect both your nerves going forward. Yay! Ooh, you got a sinister splash! That is really cute looking. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now that it's ready to use, let's see. Oh, you got a King Cappy! That's good Capybara energy. Yeah, both of our nerves for sure. I love how this tail is just popping up like a walking duster. Yes, it's a balloon. A trunk treasure! That one's really cute. Erect. She asked the difference between this writer and that writer and said, well, this writer is called this name and this writer is called this name. That's a difference. And it's like, I don't understand. Like, she was being, it's like tough because like, I don't think she's trying to troll. A woof wisp. That one's really cute. We had a Doberman, like in my childhood dog. One of them was a Doberman. So I like that it's a woof wisp. Don't put your paw in my mouth. That's gross. Seems common for DMs for sure. A hush cap hippo. That's a really cute name. I don't think I've seen that one before. I've seen a hippo before, but it was like in like a little inner tube. Hi, Sparrow. Then she said, they write mysteries. So I said, ah, well, you see, one writes mystery and the other is a mystery writer. I like how you were trolling her back. I would understand getting rid of them both, to be honest. It's the same people being put in timeout over and over for the same reason. I could accidentally do that. I guess I can't ban that. Like, I don't think I have the power to ban them, but as soon as they show up, I can just put them in a 24-hour timeout. Because I don't... Oh, no. Oh, okay. Don't... He's just choking himself. It's fine. Okay. Kachoo woo. But that's just me. That's how I feel too. I feel like ultimately it's up to Jenna. But, you know. You're in the middle of watching the stream. Both of you seem to have a much better time once the weirdos are shown out the door. I agree. I have a better time. You fixed the sound. Good. They're all repeat offenders, and the chat improved a lot too. I agree, because then it's like we're not like tiptoeing around them. I'll lightly peer pressure Jenna into getting rid of them. Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm going to start the timer. I think for this first round of the 15 minutes, I will find a good character reference thing for Bub to get. Ooh, what'd you get? You said might be. You might be able to write... Wow, that's not helpful for you at all. More worksheets for me. Yes, good job, Sparrow. Hopefully the Canva thing helps. I'm going to hit the start button so that I don't keep yapping and not starting. But there was this really awesome... Get to know your characters. Like... I'll have to find it. I'll just try. That's funny. 100% happening. Oh no, to committing more crimes against the literature. I'm all for it. I'm just eating dinner. Quesadillas. Oh yeah, that sounds delicious. This guy. Okay. I'm gonna look up best get to know your character questions. I don't want the template because sometimes whenever I give Caleb a template, he's like, yes, this is for DMing every single time. Super Tyler 52. Hi, Super Tyler 52. Tyler has joined. Insomnia kicked my ass last night. I don't even want to talk about insomnia. Wish me luck with writing. Here we go. Good. To be honest, this is like a little oversharey, so I'm gonna be like slightly vulnerable or whatever. But with Babo having this big change in oh my god, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. But my body and my emotions are reacting as if it's a big deal. With Babo going to daycare, or we call it the play place because she has all of her friends. I have been a fucking mess, and my body has not been able to sleep for multiple days at this point, or if I do, it's for like maybe a half an hour or an hour. So I am really struggling. And the last time I was this sleep deprived was definitely when she was a newborn infant, and I was like hyper vigilant with her. I'm not being hyper vigilant this time. This is a different time, but that's just the last time I remember this sleep deprived. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do at this point, other than like, I think as I learned that she goes to daycare, you pick her up and she's totally fine. After I do that a couple times, I think I'll chill out, because I do feel a lot better than yesterday, but I can totally understand the insomnia thing because it's been wild. I like sort of fake interview questions for characters through those. Don't always link to development, I guess. Okay. So maybe I could split it up as like character, like interview questions, and then also maybe a separate one for a character arc. That is a big deal though. Big change, huge change. Also, it was just decided like a couple days ago, so I didn't have time to like adjust or prepare. I thought my sleep was off. That's really brutal. Hope we both get more rest soon. I hope so too. Also, I'm not normally, thank God I'm not normally like this, so I'm not trying to be like a one-upper. I just mean like, my eyeballs feel like they're gonna turn to raisins. They're so yuck. Meanwhile, she's having the time of her fucking life. Like yesterday we dropped her off and she didn't even look back. She just waved goodbye over her shoulder and then took some kid's donut, which we're like, you can't do that. And the kid's like, I like sharing. So I was like, okay, I guess you can. And then today she didn't even wave or look back or anything. She just left. We're like, goodbye. And she's just playing. So we're like, okay. Kiddo didn't go to public until 4th grade, and it was very, very last minute. So I completely understand. Yes. The first times they're away from you is so hard. That's the other thing. She hasn't been away from me for longer than, unless I went somewhere, but like she hasn't been away from a parent for longer than 6 hours at a time. And those were kind of few and far between. So this is also really odd. So I think that's interesting. That's like, okay, you're going to go to public school. And it's kind of last minute. And like, now you're just starting all of a sudden. It's like, I am not prepared for this. Meanwhile, she's thriving, but yeah, thank you for empathizing and not making me feel crazy. Cause I'm like, cause I want this for her. I'll get there. Oh, I think maybe this is the one that I liked, and I used before. Oh, it's from 2018 too. Hold on. I think this is the one. I loved this. Okay, this is one of the ones that I remember. Ooh. Aggressive ear itch. Oh my goodness. I swear sometimes I think like Kachoo's hair gets in there or something. Also, I hope you know I was 1000% prepared to out weird problem guy. I like that you are like the secret weapon or whatever. Whenever that happens. Sometimes I'm like, don't feed the trolls. Like other times I'm like, just don't talk to them. But then sometimes it's like, maybe you need to talk to. I don't have kids, but big changes are always like, hello, anxiety, my old friend. Really glad your baby was doing well, though. That's a big relief. It is. I'm Pandora's box. Hilarious. I want to open this in a different tab. I always forget I can do that. And then I can have every single tab open forever. Also, this is more the, like, what's their name? I don't want cookies. There we go. Okay. What's there? I need to look at these too. I'm so sorry I'm itching my ear like this. I promise I'm not being weird. It's just like an ear tickle. Maybe it's an allergy. That would be fun. Okay. Basic character questions, physical appearance. Excellent. Okay. Bub, I have the things for you. I know which oh, I guess I was like gonna be like, which email do you want me to send them to? Say it out loud. Can you message me I can just send it to you in a message. What am I talking about? I don't know why I'm trying to make this go through email.
You know.
I can do this.
You also have my emails.
I know, but I didn't know which one, because I'm sorry, but you suck at checking emails. Okay, so there's this one. Start with that. Oh, I forgot to say start with that. Hold on, I'm unsending it. Hold on. I'll do one. Basics. It was so sad. Caleb just today was, or no, maybe it was last night. I don't remember anything. But he was like, I just love when characters have like, I'm completely roasting him so sorry. I just love when characters have like likes and dislikes and they show up like organically throughout the book. And I'm like, that's good writing. That's called like a solid character. They're consistent, a consistent character writing. And he's like, no, but like for instance, like you might not be told like, oh, I love pizza, but throughout the book they're like really love pizza and you're just like shown that. And I'm like, we got to get the standards a little higher, because that is the standard. Like that, I mean, and he's like, no, but there are books that don't include that and movies that don't include that. I'm like, yeah, they're one-dimensional flat character. What are we missing here? What are we missing? You are missing good media. Raise your standards. I'm just kidding. You have good standards. I just think it's fun seeing someone like new to the craft and like knowing what you like. But I'm like, no, don't worry. This is supposed to be like that all the time. Okay, character developments or character nuances. I think I'll call this second one because I want a separate sheet for your arcs, your character arcs. This is that one is like my favorite one, but you can't do the character nuances until you actually like know your character. And then let's do character questions. Best way to get okay. No, now I want a character arc sheet. I want to see if I agree with this one. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Perfect. This is perfect. This is so well said. Okay. So this third one will be character arc. And then you know about like positive and negative character arcs, right?
Yes.
You took a long time to answer. You hesitated. Oh, a bubbly beak. That one's so cute. I like how we keep getting tapirs. Jay started the tapir trend. Okay. So no, it's too subjective. I'm really bad at teaching this. You need to ask Jenna this question. But yet it's like kind of an...
Point me to the video.
What'd you say?
Just send me the link to the video.
About her she probably has a video on character arcs.
No, that's kind of the joke. Like, she has a video on it. Just point me to it.
They deserve a laxative. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it should be. Sophie agrees that it should be the standard. Like, they're a consistent character and their like nuances are shown on page. You know. They ain't worth that much effort. I'll just twist their sentences in weird ways. Every character needs a little stanky edge. Not just, this is the funny guy or the cranky guy. Yes, exactly. One of my favorite bits of trivia about Chucky is that he loves Swedish meatballs. See, that's what I'm talking about. He's a quirky girl. Or deliberately misinterpret their words to give them a nonsense answer. Amazing. I'm simply a chaotic neutral being. Don't worry, that is like so clear that you're chaotic and neutral. I deserve a Exclamation point friend for already finishing the first part of this worksheet. That's awesome. Good job. Bubbly beak. I will add for like D&D and the DMG, there are also like lists of basic trades you can roll for. If you're really stuck, you could just think up random bits and rolls for options from that list or something. It can be a bit trickier for writing versus D&D, but even if it just tickles your brain in the right direction, that could be good. I could totally see that happening. I think he's such a world building junkie. I don't want him to roll for anything ever. He needs to be intentional and present the whole time. Also, so, okay, I'm not saying what your suggestion is bad. I'm just thinking about him. I feel like you need to be, like, active. This is me staring at you and talking to you. Also, what did you rate as 4 stars and not 5 stars? What are you rating right now?
There's a turn tracker, and they made it out of PLA, which PLA is a very
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I give it 4 stars because it could be significantly improved with a higher quality.
What if they don't have a 3D printer with that?
They just need a load of different plastic in there.
You ordered it as PLA.
Yeah, but PLA is like the cheapest.
Yeah, but did you know it was PLA ahead of time?
Yeah, because they offered such a cool niche product.
Then give them 5 stars.
No, I give them overall 5 stars, but the quality of the item got 4 stars.
I don't appreciate what you're doing
Right.
to this poor, small printing business.
Alright, well, they're great.
That's a negative character arc. Okay, I got it though. Okay. I got distracted by Arno and didn't see the cute friend I got. Oh no, I don't think I miss it. Arno being my talkative cat. I love that. This is fun because I'm learning as I do this. Right now, I'm making worksheets to practice the grammar from the sections of the elements of style we'll be reading. Good. So I have to read the sections and then come up with correct and incorrect examples. I love that. A tiny puppy. Your brother's working on his villain arc with a beef against small printers. Oh my god, he's going back in and fixing it to be 5 stars. The guilt got him. Just put it in your actual, like, give them 5 stars so they don't get docked.
No, that is 5 stars.
And then, okay, good. And then in your response, you can say, like, this was so unique and such a cool product.
No,
I wish it was.
All 5 stars. There are other criteria that you can.
Oh, I know how this works.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm just telling you, it hurts them. It hurts them if you give them anything less than 5 stars. It's like that Black Mirror episode where it can, like, deeply affect them if they don't have, like, a 5-star rating or a 4.8 or something. Okay. Well, I sent you your things. Here's your phone. I think it's, like, charged enough so you can make the call.
Okay. Thanks.
Here you go. You used my supercharger. And I don't mind if you're on screen for a bit. You can't steal the show with your beautiful hair. But also, don't make the call in here.
I'm not making a call.
Okay. Oops. It's about his, like, school and stuff, which is exciting. But still. Okay, we're on break. 5-minute break. Did you buy it on Etsy? Because, yeah, they punish everything that's not 5 stars. See? Sophie said it is from Etsy.
Alright.
Listen to me. Fix it. You're being a Karen, right? He just fixed it. Oh my gosh. And also, it sucks too because Etsy is like pushing all those fake products and dropship products. They're like, you're allowed to sell dropshipped products, not crystals anymore, but drop shipping is fine. And it's like, why, can we like not be like that? That'd be good. But okay, I know we're supposed to be on break, but what I'm gonna do is I forgot to send my newsletter again. So I have it written and stuff, I just didn't like send it. So I'm going to send it. Wix. I use Wix. I use Wix. There we go. Hopefully it'll let me log in. There we go. Okay. It's fun in my newsletter. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter, you totally can if you'd like. But I was trying to do weekly, but sometimes I'm a little delayed. Like this time, I'm like 2 weeks and a couple days delayed. But in my newsletter, I'm going to be talking about how supportive you've been and how I've been able to get like Twitch affiliate and stuff. It's crazy. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna do align it. I like whenever it's justified. Aligned, justified. I'm talking about how this feels like my third space now. I've never been good at grammar rules, so I'm sure my future editor will appreciate these lessons. I think also it'll save you on a bunch of money because a lot of editors will like maybe charge a bit more or less depending on how much of an editing overhaul they need to do. So if you're able to show that you understand grammar rules and it's good to brush up on it before you polish it up and send it out, they won't charge you as much for their editing because it won't need as much overhauls. OMG, I can type straight talking sister. Oh, I see. Your arc is being the straight talking sister. Oh yeah, fix it. Yeah, I think I've always been like that. That's okay. I nicely say the things. I'm being besieged by the pizza fiends. My cat noticed I'm having mini pizzas. No. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna start. Okay, I have 45 seconds to send this. Okay, I can do it. I shouldn't rush. It doesn't have to be like a game, even though I like it like that. Okay, I'm gonna do... Oh my god. Okay, that's all gone. What is this link that I have? Good, okay, good. Okay, he's taking a call. And I'm gonna add another link. No, Kachoo, no, please. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Okay. All right, we're getting back to productivity in 3, 2, 1, and right. I'm going to type friend because I want a plushie. I got a bubbly beak too. I think the tapir is our animal of the day. We'll see. A boba monk tea. That one's my second favorite, I think, now. Because it's that lion mane monkey. Let's see. A muscle muzzle. It's definitely the tapir. We've had like 4 of them so far. Also, Jay, you started the tapir from the very beginning. Your very first plushie was the tapir, and now look what's become of us. We're overrun by them. That's like the third time you got a tape ear. It really is. Pizza's consumed, and I did the irresponsible thing and gave both kitties a small bite of pizza each. This way I'll never eat alone. I like that you do that. I do that a little bit too with my kitties, where I'm like, you can just have the teeniest, tiniest, little nibbliest bit. Hope. I don't know if this is actually people's tough part about or being on Twitch, or preferring or not preferring Twitch, but I did not prefer Twitch for a long time because I had no idea what anything was about it. And so I'm wondering if maybe like that's other people's issues too, but I could be wrong. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Next, and no. All right, I'm gonna send it. I always get so scared when sending emails. Okay. Hopefully it's fine. But I talked about how you guys are here and how you're helpful and you're fun to hang out around, and that like we kind of made this curated third space here. I think that'd be fun. Also, something I've been really looking into is maybe like doing a little like on the computer monitor over here, like I would put myself like somewhere over on the side, but on this computer monitor here I could get maybe a game that the chat can play while we're all working together. So I thought that might be fun. But I think YouTube is more accessible since it's more universally known. I agree. Because I am all about YouTube, but now I've been like super drawn to Twitch. Well, obviously because I've been trying it and I got over that learning curve, but there's kind of like a high barrier to entry a little bit, at least to me. And I don't think I struggle with computers. I think I'm like kind of average, or maybe know a little bit more than the average person with computers, but I don't know. And if you hear Twitch, if people even know it, most associate with more with gaming. Yeah, that's what I associated it with. The gaming part of it is much larger than art, writing, etc. So that part isn't too surprising. Yeah, that totally makes sense. And it's funny because I was just talking to my sister about it. She's the one who got me into Twitch. And I am wondering if she's been wanting to game with me, and I think it'd be fun. But she was like, oh, we could do like a Wednesday night indie game Twitch stream thing, and I think that'd be fun, and we could play like Repo, Peak are the ones that I really like, but then try out all these other ones too. Don't do it, Kachoo. He's gonna try and knock over my brother's laptop. Ridiculous creature. Okay, now that those things are done, I'm going to get back to outlining. Because I think I'm going to be able to finish my outline today. Will Kachoo be a good boy today? It'll be soon. That means no. That means no, you won't. Oh, buddy. Aw, I love when you stand on 2 feet and look like a little person. What were they called? Ewoks from Star Wars? Sometimes it looks like a little Ewok. Kachoo is correcting his kingdom. Soon is never now. So yes. Oh, please, please, please. I'm wearing shorts for like the first time in a while, and he's like, oh, so I can claw your thighs. I see. I see. It's what I'm here to do. Because he's like, oops, I'm slipping, and then he just claws me up. He is genuinely falling, though, all the time. Like, right now, his claw is stuck. Come on. Okay, there we go. Ouch. A giggly gill. Oh, you both did it at the same time. You gotta do it again. Do it again, Sparrow. Let's see what you get. A dandy-do! Aww. One of my babo's favorite My Singing Monster that she's like obsessed with is called a dandy-do. You got a loaf. Little capybara. We're two on the capybara and like 4 on the tapir. The little bow tie. It's a kiwi bird with a bow tie. Another section with which finishes that worksheet. Good job. Okay. That's awesome. I'm going to do one every time I finish something. I think that's a really good idea. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. We're on a break now. We're 10 seconds into a break. And it's a nice long one. So that's nice. I also think I fixed the ads so they aren't as intrusive, and there should just be like, I think I was able to get it so it's like 90 seconds of ads or something, but like every hour, or I like tried to spread it out as much as I could. So hopefully those who don't have a subscription don't have to be bombarded with ads too. Oh, for my break. Oh, please let go. For my break, I'm going to say that I'm live now. Oh, okay. Made that the most stressful thing. Alright, I'm gonna take a selfie. I'm sorry I'm being cringy. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of gum. There's a lot of gum in that. It was a gummy picture. Like soften the smile. Oh God. Okay. Oh dear. Something got updated and I don't like anything. Oopsie. Oh, that's cool. Excuse you are not cringy. Well, to be cringe is to be free, and I do feel free. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. I'm a gummy bear. I know that my babo loves that song, and I'm like, please, please. Okay. It's funny because I was starting to make like a meme type of thing to tell people I was gonna hop on tonight, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna hop on in the middle of the day. So I did that, and I just never tell Instagram ever. I'm like, it's only the largest part, like I don't know, like the largest platform that I have, but whatever. I'm like, forget about those guys. Also, I'm really frustrated that there's like a mobile link and then also like a desktop link or something. Because I wonder if I can like... Hold on. Like, which one is more accessible? God damn it. There we go. We need a command to remind you to post to social. Something like, tell the people. The desktop link is more accessible. Okay, I'm going to do that then. And that's good because that's the only one I can, like, get to. Because I was like, oh, if I'm putting it in my Instagram one, I don't know. Like, why would they make it 2 different links? That doesn't make any sense. But whatever. Okay, I put it on my stories. Oh, I forgot to put a hashtag. It's fine. I don't know what the steps are. I'm just tired and not remembering things. I could tell I was really tired yesterday because whenever I went to go pick up Babo, I left my car running, like when picking her up. I was like, what is going on? And then we went and I was like, let's get boba tea. So we went and we got boba tea. And while I went in there, I left like my purse and phone in my car. And then the third stop we made was to a rock shop. And because I was like, what would you like for your first day of daycare? And she's like, rocks. So I was like, okay, we're gonna do it. So we went there and I left like my car unlocked. I don't know. Each time I did, like, I forgot like a step. Let's see. The canids are caring. Joking. Oh, it's funny. It'll give you either the mobile version of the site on mobile devices or open the app if installed, but also gets desktop people the proper site. That's really true. Because I was like, oh, what if they're on their phones? But you're right, because it's like they'll click the link and they'll be like, okay, so you can go to this or you can open the app. And it'll direct them either way. That is so smart. I need to fix... Oh, shoot. I updated my links today in like a link tree. Now I'm wondering... I'm wondering if my link tree is okay. And if I did desktop or if I did a... Oh no. I shared the wrong LinkedIn link. Hold on. This is not good. I put the admin. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Okay, hold on. Good call. I'm glad I'm figuring this out right now. It's this link to this link tree. There we go. Alright. Copy link tree. That's what I want. Because I revamped them. Revamp! Vampires. Where are the links? Please. Links. There we go. Remove that guy. That is not correct. What? Hold on. These are the things that put me over the edge. I named it correctly. However, it's putting the whole ass link in all, even though I made the title like a cute little like paper clips linked together with a ghost. Why are they doing this? Whatever. It's a big old link and they can click it. It's gonna be alright. I don't need to flip out about this. Oh, good. Oh, Kachoo, you've returned. I'm seeing if this works now. Nice, okay. And it's focus time. More writing. I need more plastic food containers. I feel like I have both too many and not enough plastic food containers. That's for sure. Let's see. A sinister splash. That is so fun. The sinister splashes are really funny to me. Okay. I'm gonna leave Kachoo in charge of the stream for just a minute. I have to run to the bathroom really quickly, and then I'll be right back. Be right back. And maybe for my next, like, break, I'll make a smoothie and come back. Okay, 1 minute. Be 2 seconds. Okay. Whoop. There we go. Good job, Kachoo. It doesn't look like you destroyed anything. Kachoo, quick, tell us your favorite treat in the world domination plans. We want to support you. What's that, Kachoo? You plan for world dominations are tuna? He does really like tuna. Okay, now you are sitting on my writing spot. So, you are now getting removed from power. Oh. Thank you for taking good care of everybody. You could run an you could run an ASMR channel with those purrs. I wonder I wonder this is giving me ideas. I wonder if I could do what am I trying to say? I'm sorry. I have been toying with having an offline. Alright, I'm not going to make sense for a second, but I'm trying to, like, put this into words. And now, like, the next step is Twitch Partner, which obviously takes a long time. And the only thing I'm missing from Twitch Partner is the average of 75 viewers, which is where most people will get stuck because you can't control how many people watch your stream. So keeping that in mind, I wonder if I ran a super long offline stream, like there's just constantly streaming. What I was gonna do was have some sort of like what Sophie was saying, like lurk bait that they could play, and I could have it on this computer instead of my face or something. But maybe I could just have the microphone on and Kachoo could like meow into it or purr next to it or whatever. So then I'm like, okay, I wonder if I also could go, like, but then I'm like, will that mess with my average viewer thing? Maybe I should wait until I actually have more of like a consistent thing going on, or a larger audience, if that even happens, honestly. Or then you talking about the ASMR channel, I could do something where I don't talk the whole time. That'll be really hard. But I don't talk the whole time, and he just purrs, and I type, and it's like that typing, purring thing. And that could be fun too, because sometimes I do need to buckle down and really focus. Kachoo really does look like he's been designed by Jim Henson. I can picture him in the labyrinth. He totally fits that. I should have named him WizGig. He came with the name Kachoo though, and it really fits him, so. Does Kachoo have a collar? You could clip a lapel mic to it and mute your big mic. That is a very good idea. And I have a lapel mic. He doesn't have a collar, but he can wear them. It's just because he's like inside, and I'm not trying to sound like dramatic, but the amount of times he like falls, flops, like he's not even holding his own body weight. Like if I move, well, no, never mind. You made me lie. But like he's just like stuck like this, and he's just slowly melting away into nothingness. So I worry about him wearing a collar, because sometimes I worry he'll like hurt his neck. Maybe I can get you a special breakaway collar or something. Yeah. You're so smushy. But a lapel mic would be good. I've seen some TikTokers use those for cat-driven channels to good effect. Okay, very cool. I like Sophie's. Sophie is very good like business sense, especially with streaming and online content. Like I've been like so like blown away by like your business sense. Typically on Twitch, voiceless or faceless or both streamers have low numbers across all categories, unfortunately. Gaming, art, vibing, etc. Interesting. Okay. I noticed that VTubers get really big though. Even though I'm not interested in VTubing myself, I do think that's cool that you can do that. Sometimes I'm smart. You're very smart, Sophie. Yeah, the interaction with viewers is what keeps viewership up. Okay. Oh, totally get it. I use breakaway collars too, but only when I let the cats outside. That's super smart. Though face doesn't have to be a fresh face. I'm just very bad at implementing cool things for myself. Honestly, you could be like one of those auditors, like, oh, I'll audit your channel, I'll give you some ideas, like that kind of thing. It's why VTubers are popular. Interesting. Okay. That's the thing where I still don't quite understand why VTubers are popular. Because it's not the person, and I'm not saying they shouldn't exist, because I like that people can have that anonymity in that space, but I'm kind of like, I don't like, on paper I don't understand why it works. Just like Twitch, on paper I didn't understand why it works, and now that I'm in it, I totally get it. You mentioned Kachoo whoops. My experiment for the day got canceled because we can't afford one of the materials, so I'm spending the day looking into alternatives and can join the stream. Yay! Join us while you look for materials. I'm blabbing the entire focus time. You mentioned Kachoo flopping. There's a cat on TikTok, Jack Spicer, I think, who wears a cowboy hat and runs around his family farm. He's got the collar mic, so there's a lot of grass rustling and paws and dirt sounds, but I think it just adds to the vids on it, honestly. I think that's a really good idea, because we have I'm going to say our cat, I guess she's our cat now, Vanilla, who's some barn cat that kind of just like came inside and never left. But she goes in and out, like, but I'm like, I don't know where you came from. So we just like get her shots and like deworm her. And I'm like, okay. I don't necessarily want to show my face on the interwebs. Yeah, that's totally fair. That's the thing where I don't mean, okay, being a VTuber is super attractive to me, and like I totally get that. That part makes sense. But people being interested in a VTuber is the part that I am surprised, but like pleasantly surprised about. Because most people are like, see your face, and they're like really like aggressive with that kind of thing, and kind of like, what's the word where you think you deserve it? Entitled. They feel like they're entitled to your face. And so I'm like, I wonder why VTubers are able to be successful, and I'm happy that they are. But typically people are like way too entitled for that. I'm currently defaulting to a PNG tuber, perfect, because I'm in a phase where I don't like how my face looks on the camera. I totally get that. I really do. PNG tuber would be my go-to. I think that's very fun and very cute. Okay, so what if I did an ASMR one where it's just Kachoo doing that? I could put, I guess guess a V. No, I can't. I don't know how these things work. I'm too ignorant. I can't come up with ideas right now. Because I've reached my information limit, I guess, of like what I know. Because I was like, oh, well, I can't do it if I'm not here. But then I'm like, well, maybe you can set VTubers to just kind of like walk around, or that would be fun if there was like a Kachoo one. I don't know. I think people like it because of the silly things you can do with the models. Oh, okay. I could have a Gengar for Gengar like setup. I think I told you this already, but I'm super pumped about it. I saw that there is a Gengar like mascot kind of widget where you get like the chat can interact and like pet Gengar or make Gengar do certain things. So I think that's fun. Like eat popcorn or something. And then Iron Mouse is adorable. I'll have to see that. Unless it's a Pokemon that I don't remember. My friend has commands that make his models shrink or grow or do dances. That's perfect. Okay, I can see that working out a great concept for Jay. VTubers depend on how the model is rigged. Okay. I could just be the Popcat GIF that is my profile picture and being sound activated. That would be funny. Also a point redeem for like an arcade claw that picks his model up and drops it in from the screen with ragdoll physics. Perfect. Okay. Some are very intricately rigged models. Others are a bit more basic. A skateboard squid! Sparrow got a skateboard squid, and congrats on reaching the next chunk of your worksheet. Because I know what that means. Oh man, also, I'm starting to feel sicky. I hate when this happens. Ugh! I knew it was like a matter of time. Maybe I can wait this out. But you know, if I have to like be gone for a little bit, I can have Kachoo take over the stream. For sure. Bodies are so weird. Also, the day that I thought I'd have a flare up, I totally had a flare up. It was like crazy. Okay. Squidboard. Nothing wrong with the more basic stuff. It just limits the stuff VTubers can do with them. I finished my enchiladas and they were tasty. Or quesadillas. They're kind of similar. But getting a VTuber model and having it rigged can be very expensive. Fair warning. Okay, that's good to know. That might be like a future me thing. I keep writing the wrong word. It's quesadillas. It's funny because when we're like, oh, my enchiladas were tasty, I'm like, oh, maybe that they got to have like a bunch of different Mexican food. This is exciting. But no. It was quesadillas. A few of my friends are VTubers. It's quite a bit of work. Okay. PNG tubers are easier since the animation, if there are any, aren't motion captured. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's the part that I don't understand is the motion capturing of it, because I'm like, if it's hooked up to you and you're talking and stuff like that, I'm like, But the chat being able to be involved with the VTuber makes total sense to me. Now I'm understanding why there's like the appeal, and it's also kind of like a mascot or something too. Yeah, my man Virtue Bro is a mouse and his wife is a wolf. That's so cute. You can have like kind of like the your fursona. I feel like Kachoo needs his own fursona, which doesn't really make sense, but like he could be like a dapper flat-faced bro. So a VTuber is, I'm sure you've seen it, HB Lee, but it's like this, it's like almost like this 3D animation, but it's linked to the person's like body and mouth and stuff. So like as they move, they move too. It's like rigged to them. A lot of people use like anime women and stuff like that too. That's the ones I've seen mostly. But his hydrate point redeem puts him in a mug and has his wife drink the mug. That's really cute. It's a virtual puppet that is motion captured from you, from YB, the streamer. Your body? I can just look this up. Hold on. I can do this. Oh, by the streamer. Oh. The fingers were faster than I was like, your body, from the body of the streamer. By the streamer. Oh, from the streamer. It's funny. Okay, now we have a little mini break moment. I'm so sorry. I'm going to try and make like a little smoothie. I think it will help me feel better. We shall see. And I will be right back. But hopefully I can do it in the next 400. Oh my gosh, 4 minutes and 44 seconds. I'll be right back. Wait. Ah! Okay. That sounded worse than it was. Ooh, the crystal ball was right about me not necessarily getting to writing today. Oh, you can do it. We still have 3 more, 15-minute sections. We're fine. Okay, I'll be right back. job. I've returned. That took slightly longer than I thought it would. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you for being patient while I am taking care of weird body things. I made a smoothie. Thank you, sir, for your substitution. And for some reason when I'm feeling sick like this, something super, super cold helps. And I don't know why, but I'm rolling with it. I'm gonna get caught up. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Just touching the mic. This is for me. You will die if you drink this. Please don't touch it. Oh my. Okay. Kachoo. He's become drunk with fame. Okay. Taking stride. I finished all the art for next month's mail club today. So I already got a good chunk of work off my plate. Amazing. I may actually be good progress on my story. I may actually make good progress on my story. Good job, Tyler. Okay. Kachoo wants small. DJ Kachoo has taken over the mic. And his beats are Mew. I think I worked through the break. Uh-oh, Sparrow. Make sure you're getting... That's okay. Hi, Thomas! You didn't miss anything. You're fine. I'm glad you're here. I know I'm doing it at different times. It's focus time. Everyone shut up. I'm kidding. No one said that. Okay. I keep using the word light in my whip and I can't think of good synonyms to replace it. Emerald light, pale light, a tentacle of light. You could do beam, ray, glow. I can only think of beam, ray, and glow right now. But I know there are more. Don't worry. Munchy Minnow. Everyone's getting such cute little plushies. Why is describing magic in fresh ways such a pain? The Kachoo existential crisis emoji is so funny. Oh, raise, glow, shine is the one that I couldn't think of. Can't think of more off the top of my head. Yeah, it's hard. Glow works for a line I'm on. That's a start. That's good. I thought I had made the Twitch app on my phone alert when streams do what happened, but it didn't. Oh no, I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm gonna get some ice cream. You do that. You do that. I'm gonna have my smoothie. You have your ice cream. I think it's a good combo. I still haven't made ice cream with my Babo before, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. Kachoo. He's so cute. I can't get over it. Here, hold on. But this is where I need to write. And this is what he's like vibrating on top of. Ridiculous. Okay. My beautiful friend. Come here. Oh, please don't kick that off. You're doing this on purpose. I'm like trying to be all gentle and careful, and you're just like, if you move me, I'll destroy your life. Okay. Whoop. There we go. Alert men. The hell figures. We know what you were talking about. It's fine. I got dulce de leche. Man, you are having a South American, like, dream food. Alert me. You are men. What is men? I'm only one man. No. Alerts all the single men in your area. I really hope not. You got Mexican takeout. I love that. It's good stuff. Kachoo, don't do it. Don't do it. Please. There's no reason. He's just trying to knock over my water bottle. Please don't do this. There's no reason. You can just exist peacefully, and you're choosing to not. You're choosing to not do that. This is already making me feel better. No. You will be fired. You will soon be put on probation. Stop. Stop. Also, if I'm like trying not to get sick, I cannot have Kachoo catapulting into my gut. That just cannot happen. My folks are on holiday for a couple of days, so I'm indulging a little. I love that. But mother, I must become chaos mother. He's always done. Kachoo, DJ Kachoo chooses violence. Damn, Arno's sitting in front of his food bowl and giving me the sad meows of starvation. He wants his fame and audience. We all know we're all here for him. Him and Butters. My goodness. I finally made it to the stream. Hi, Em. It's because I finally remembered to put it on my Instagram story. Because she was being crazy right now. I'm having some sort of not good feeling body flare up thing. So I'm drinking a cold smoothie and it's making me feel a little better. And I have gotten like 0 writing done. But it's fun because we've been hanging out. A Queen Derpy! That's so cute. Hi, Sarah. I always said Sarah. Saren. We're totally gonna get pizza. Do. It's the Kachoo show. If they aren't starving. But Arno sure likes to pretend he is. Kachoo does the same thing. He'll be able to see the bottom of his bowl and he's like, what has become of me? How many days do I have left before I perish? And I was grocery shopping. Got food now. Oh, nice. Grocery shopping is really intense for me. So, hold on. Let me show you what... I need to put this... Like, I need to show you, like, what I'm dealing with. 1 second. Oh, he moved his head. Hang on. His little tongue is stuck out. It's so funny. He's so majestic. Okay, I'm gonna put this in Cyborg Central. Hello. I wonder if I put on the flash, if that'll... Oh my. Ew. The sunfish. They sometimes, like, will get stuck. Just, like, in the ocean. They'll just, like, get stuck and like, die. It's so weird. I'm putting this in the... No, I'll put this in the Fur Babies and Family. Oh, I missed what you got. I heard it. I looked up and then I didn't, like, process what I was looking at. It is our Lord Savior, Croc. Sunfish as a Pokemon lives rent-free in my head. Ew. I need to look at that. He looks so, like, sad. I don't understand why he's like this. But that's him. He has so much space. And behind him, you can't see it, but it's a whole day bed. But alas. It just lies there. That makes sense. That's exactly what they do in real life. It's funny to me when people will do like a, oh, you can see why these beautiful creatures are what caused people to think they were mermaids. And I was like, oh, another cozy claw. That one's really cute. Or wait, I think the other one's a purr one. That one's another one of my favorites. I really like the chunky cat animation ones. That was a good one, Tomboyish Flapper. A Splashosaur! Like a Calico Kachoo. Oh, you have to do it again, HB Lee. It wasn't ready. Now you can do it. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, I'm being really, like, a little bit slow to process. I didn't realize that that one was yours. Now I want one. A starlet sender. Oh, that's like, it's just like this monster on a cloud that is on their phone. And I really resonate with that. Oh my gosh. I got this background. I want to show it to you. The colorful horns reminded me of the haunted dolls. Yes! These, wait, sorry, it's backwards. These guys! So cute. So what exactly are these? So they're just like for fun of like, you get to unbox a little plushie. Unfortunately, there's not a place where you can see the ones that you collect or overall the ones that we collect, but there's over like 90 of them. There's like close to 100 or just under 100 or something. So, and like there's different like common, rares, legendaries, epics. I don't know the difference between them, but the way they randomly show up has been like, it is more common to get a common one, and it's like the rarer it is, it's harder for you to get it. So it's just kind of like a fun little collect them if you can kind of thing. One more grammar. Okay, what is it? Okay, one more grammar worksheet and I'll have the first week done. Then I'll just need to type up the guided notes and that will be easier. Nice. Leaderboard collection, just testing, but no result. Yeah, I really don't think she has it. But something I would like to do is, so I liked lurk bait and that would be cool. There was one that I saw. I wonder if I could get to it. But I'm at the office at work. I'd rather be home, but today the inspectors are coming to pass judgment on my backyard. If it's not good enough, which it won't be, then I might look at 100 fine per day until I get it handled. I'm so sorry. Did you end up getting a quote from those people to see? Because also, like, you're making sure you're taking care of your health and stuff, and if there's some like mobility things going on, or if there's just exertion things going on, and you don't have the equipment for it. So hopefully they'll accept, look, I'm hiring a service. Oh, they never called back. Can there be more than one? You live in Nebraska, like there's gotta be some yard guys around, like for sure. Also, I don't know if you have neighbors or what they do, or if you like them or connect with them, because I have neighbors I love and I have neighbors that I'm like, you can stay apart, it's fine. But hi Katie's pages, it's good to see you. We're on a little 10-minute break, by the way. I meant to tell everyone that. Just talked right through it. Hope things work out, because that's a hefty fine. I agree. I think that's silly. It's very HOA sounding. Oh, it's an HOA thing, I assume. Yep, see, Sophie and I are on the same page. Oh, good. Just got back from a walk with the kids. I need a break. Perfect. That is perfect. I love that you went on a walk with the kids, but where I live is very, very hot. And my Paybo is at her fun place. So, but that's why I'm doing this, to have a little moment. It's not a HOA, it's the actual, oh, that's like where that's whenever I got fined because they said there was grass growing through the cracks in the city's sidewalk, but because it was in front of our house, so we got fined by the city for it. So I was like, I hate everybody. It's much, much too hot where I live too. I've been battling really hard with imposter syndrome on my work in progress, but I recently was asked to be a dungeon master and I reluctantly agreed, but planning for that seems easy now. I'm pissed. I think that is awesome. I'm trying to decide if I'm hungry or not. It sounds like a snacky thing to do. Ice cream has been acquired. Look, I'm old, I'm fat, and it's 95 degrees out. No, listen, I think that this is why. This is the thing. Also, people underestimate, because like once they figured out what was going on with me health-wise, and I'm on all these different things, then my weight went down. But like, I think that it's like weight causes there to be all kinds of like, I felt like what happened was this autoimmune flare-up, and it was a snake eating its own tail, and I just kept gaining weight and gaining weight, and not knowing what to do about it and feeling exhausted all the time. Everything was bad. And then I saw an endocrinologist and now everything's okay. But I'm not saying that you have the same things that I do, like PCOS. But I think that like people don't understand that, like, whenever I'm saying, oh, maybe there's like some mobility issues, I'm not saying like, oh, maybe you use a wheelchair, which also you totally could and that's fine too. But I'm meaning like there are going to be times where like things get flared up and like you're just using your leg squeezers now, your sexy thigh highs, you're talking about like weight, and having a body and being overweight is really tough. And like it's just like until everything gets figured out, it's like definitely I'm glad that you're going to be getting someone else to do it, because you did what you could, and hopefully they don't find you forever. And then I hope that someone emergency like cuts down the weeds, because ultimately it's like you just need a little extra help. And I really wish we could just teleport over there, because my husband loves doing yard work like a maniac, and he would be like, I could bring my lawnmower over, but you are very far from where I live. Excuse me. It's getting hotter, so we went early. Boo, yard work. We tore up our whole front yard. It's just dirt currently, and was great for my son's birthday pool party though. Now it's just an eyesore. Yes. Oh yeah, I don't want to come off as trauma dumping or anything. I don't mind revealing it. I had a physical yesterday where we talked about my lab results. I have high LDL and A1C, pre-diabetic. God damn. I was really, really, really close to that before they figured out. Mine is all hormonal related though. And well, thyroid, but that's also hormone. So mine, once we figured it, it's so wild how I was like, I could be doing the most mundane things. I would feel so exhausted, so whatever. And then I like got it figured out, and now it's almost like snake eating its own tail in the opposite way, where I'm like so healthy. I say this as I'm like hunched over and my stomach hurts so much, and I'm drinking this special smoothie, but still. Oh, that was not a fully blended chunk of kale, and it tastes delicious, but I did not like the texture change. Okay. Also, you're not trauma dumping. Not high, but elevated. That is weirdly, like, once you figure out what your trigger foods and stuff are. Also, I will say I was so ashamed during, but now I'm like, it's fine. Whenever I was pregnant, I had gestational diabetes. One of my many issues during pregnancy. And I got so in tune with my body after a while. I had to figure things out first. I got so in tune with my body that I was able to test my, like, I was able to guess what my blood sugar was before I even took the little like dot of it. Mine is ice cream and burger related mostly, I think. Yeah, totally fair. I think not recently, but there was a time when I was in grad school where I was going to food for comfort. I'm not saying that you're doing this, but that's what I did. And I was also commuting like 1,000 miles a week or something like that. It was like so much driving, so I always got food out. And when I was on like antidepressants for a little time period, I did not need like that. I didn't have that urge anymore. Not saying you need any of these things, but I'm just saying I can definitely like parallel relate to what you're saying. Me too. I wish I could do that. I just couldn't stop eating potatoes. Yes. You had gestational diabetes too? Lovely. Well, that's the weird part. I don't even like potatoes, but while I was pregnant, I also had hyperemesis gravidarum, which is the super pukey one. Like a good day was 7 times puking, and a bad day was over 100 times puking, and I had to have the Zofran pump and like all this crazy shit. But one of the things I could barely keep down were like potato chips. I don't even like potato chips. But then I was like, all I could have was like potato chips and like, it was something really weird. Oh, it was delicious, but then I made it post-pregnancy. It's like tomatoes, mayonnaise, and eggs all mixed together. It was like that and potato chips, and those were the only things I could keep down for like ever. And then they were like, when they told me I had gestational diabetes, I was like, I can't even have potato chips. Like, this is stupid. I'm looking for a good recipe for green lentils. I have 2 bags and no idea what to do with them. So apparently there's this, I don't know if they use AI or not though, but for this particular thing, I think it's okay. But basically what you do is you put in your ingredients that you have, and they tell you, and the items that you have in your home, and all together it tells you what you can actually like cook and gives you recipe options. So I think it's kind of like a cool filtration thing. But this is not helpful to you because I don't remember the name of the website. I have over 1,100 words on my current story, and I'm shooting for the ballpark of 10,000. Wow, you're a tenth of the way there. That's amazing. Oh. All right, I'm going to actually write this break and the next break, and I will feel fulfilled and good. All the recipes I keep finding are for soup, and 90 degrees is too hot for soup, for sure. I love making lentil chili, usually vegetarian because I'm too lazy to cook meat, but it's yummy and filling and healthy. That's a good idea. I don't think I've had lentil chili. That sounds delicious. Or like no soup. I am feeling better now. This is good. I thought I was going to have to end the stream early or something. So. I love soup for warm weather. It helps with the fluids and salty bits and stuff. That's funny. That's how I feel about iced drinks, where it'll be like freezing cold and I was like, it's so refreshing, and I'm like freezing. I'm not big on lentils. Can they be blended nicely? Ooh! That's a good question, because then you can mix them into pasta sauces. That's a really good idea. Okay. I think the website you reference is Goblin Tools. Let me see. I think... Chef! That's it! Yes! That's exactly it. Hold on. Sparrow. M knows what she's talking about. It's this one. I found the chef one specifically. Go to that. Goblin.tools. Or you can do whatever you want. I'm just saying. Honestly, I have no idea. I never tried before, but we're trying to eat healthier on a budget. Yep, perfect. There's this lady who's like, oh, for people who need to eat healthy on a budget, I make stuff. Again, this isn't helpful because I don't know her name, but she did like veggie potatoes that were really good and stuff. Lentils and pasta or salads aren't too shabby. They offer different textures. Blend cottage cheese into pasta sauce or eggs is great. Ooh. Ooh, yes. Okay, I'll be curious to see what you end up deciding to make. Okay. I am going to write now. I'm so close. I'm so close to the end of this outline. I shouldn't say that I feel better out loud because then it's like it hits and it's like this just persistent nausea. It's so stupid. Makes no damn sense either. Okay. It's 234 where I live, so that's a fun angel number. 234. You, same time zone. 1134 here. Currently 1134 a.m. by me at the moment. Okay, hold on. 1134. I don't know why I said 1134. That was dumb. 1134. Very cool. So you're three. I had to count that out loud. We're on my fingers, but I went into the Twitch app settings on my phone and it had apparently auto-disabled push notifications. Not helpful, Twitch. And be like, I guess Thomas didn't make it again today. Maybe he doesn't want to hang out anymore with us. I'm just kidding. None of us felt that way. None of us thought that. But I just think it's funny because if I were in your position, I would be like, I hope they don't think that. That would be like my fear. It's like those skits that people do where they're like, what my anxiety thinks will happen. I broke my streak yesterday. I'm so sorry. I should have like directly emailed you and been like, where are you? Get on here. That's okay. That just means that we have to do the streak again. We can streak together. It made me feel like a bad friend. See, that's how I would feel. Oh, Captain Flubbers. Classic Captain Flubbers. It made me feel like a bad... Oh, exclamation point friend. I was like, who got that one? I'm being so observant today. I'm so sorry. Oh. It tried to get rid of your thing that you commented. You got it auto-modded for saying butt plug. Oh my god. A dirt bee! That's 2 dirt bees of the day. Let's see. Twitch auto mod holds the funniest thing sometimes. I got caught at the end of the power hour. Yes, this time we're doing just the regular Pomodoro. The power hour was a little too intense for me. I could not keep up with it. So now we're just like doing creative stuff for 15 minutes at a clip, and then we have 5-minute breaks. And then, but I'm glad you're here. And I like that you got the dirt bee. I mean, I guess that kind of implement is a bit on the saucy side. We're doing a power day, streaming all day. No. No. Voluntelling me to stream all day. One of these days I do think it would be fun to have like an all day stream, or like we were saying, like the 24-hour stream, and then Sophie was kind of walking me through like different ways I could do it and stuff. And so were other folks too. Like I think Saren was saying some of the streamers that they've watched that do all day streams do like I'm gonna take a little break here and that kind of thing. So I'm sure I can do it one of these days, but maybe I can do it when, I don't know. I'm gonna say when, so I speak it into existence. But when I hit, when I hit partner. Ooh, I'm kidding. I don't, you never know if that's gonna happen or not. So I might do it while I'm writing my, like doing my first draft or something. And being like, how much of my first draft can I write in 24 hours and stream for 24 hours or something. I might actually finish a novel this way. Pomodoro is great, but they're obviously going to be more intense than they sound. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I've never done that before, so I would have to like get amenities and gear up for it. Although, maybe, wow, no, that would be too much. That would be too much. I was going to say, well, maybe when I'm visiting, because I was thinking like childcare, making sure I'm good and all that stuff. I was like, maybe when I visit Jenna on the West Coast, baby, that I could do one of the days as 24-hour stream. And I'm like, why would you ever do that to yourself? That sounds terrible. I'm going to be on vacation. If you do a long stream with longish break, you could put words on stream up, but that might be interesting with a bunch of authors. That's what a bunch of people were saying, that the game that they would prefer to play if I were to do a casual game off to the side would be words on stream. So I think that would be fun. The game gives you a jumble of letters and people need to guess the possible words in there. That's so cool. So cool y'all are meeting up. I know, I'm so excited about it. And then it's funny because I was kind of like, dude, like I can't, like, how am I going to be able to do this if I didn't think I'd be able to, because I'm going to go and help with a super amazing author project thing she's doing that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about yet or not. I think she's like talked about it already, but I just don't want to like speak on her behalf kind of thing. But I think that it's just kind of like, I was like, oh, I could be there for her and I could visit, and like also I could get lay of the land a little bit, so then maybe I could visit with my husband and my babo in the future and stuff like that. But then it turned out my mom was like, you can just use my miles, and I was like, what are you talking about? And apparently she got like the credit card thing where it gets you like double miles or something like crazy, and she doesn't travel, so I don't know why she set it up that way, but it's fine. And it's like completely like covered. I mean, I got the cheapest everything. I did flights with layovers. I got a cheap but cute motel thing, and I got it like kind of like close, so I would have to like, or not have to, sorry. So I don't have to use like a car service if I don't need to, and like walk everywhere and stuff like that. Everything's accessible. So I'm kind of like, I'm very excited. And so I got it really, really cheap. And at the end of like booking it, ooh, a barky bite. So cute. So I'm just like, okay. And so it didn't even use very many of her like points. And apparently like that particular time period of when I'm visiting is like not as visited because it's not related to like a holiday or anything. And so sometimes there were like also some like lucky deals I was getting as well. So I feel really thrifty with going there. Now I just have to go there and only eat food and take pictures and not buy anything, which I don't think will be a problem because I'm not a big shopper. But I say this as I have like multiple backgrounds that I like setting up for stream, but still. Just get one of those pairs of glasses with a built-in camera and stream as you're doing your thing. That would be super fun. Barky Bite is appropriate for Percy. Very nice. So exciting. It seems like great timing. It was really, really good timing. I'm really excited about it. I've never ever been to the West Coast. The farthest Midwest I've been is Minnesota. Yes. That's the farthest Midwest I've been. But I was also super little. And I only remember, I think it's this one. Hold on. It is. Okay, so I went to the largest mall in the United States, which is the Mall of America in Bloomington, Minnesota. I don't know why we were there. I just remember that I was super, like, as a child, I was like, oh my God, there's a carousel and like a roller coaster inside. Like I was like losing my mind. So I thought that was cool. But that's as far west as I've ever been in my life, in the US. So I think it'll be fun to see like a different kind. And it's tough too because if we want some tea, I had these two, I'm going to say friends with quotes around it, but I had these two quote friends. And I planned out this whole trip to California. And at the time, that's when plane tickets, like from where I live, were like $2,000. So I'm like, I'm not doing that. I mean, I get it, but I'm not doing that. And I was like, okay, we can drive there, and here are the stops along the way. And I wanted us to visit and like swim with otters. And like, I had all these cool things I was going to do and travel across country and stop at all these places, do like a cross country road trip. And then one of the people was like, oh, I can't, like one of the two friends was like, oh, I can't go because I need to care for someone getting surgery. And I was like, okay, that's totally fine. And she's like, I don't want you to go without me. And I was like, okay. So I totally canceled the trip. And then they both went together on a plane ride. And I was like, why I didn't stop being friends with them then? I don't know. And then like, and then another thing happened where I had this whole trip where I wanted to go to New Orleans, and I wanted to go for that. Yeah, it was super lame. It's so stupid. I was like, I don't know why I accepted like quote friendship like that before. This was like 11 years ago, but still 10 years ago. So I was just like, whatever. So then I had the same two friends where I really wanted to go to Louisiana, and I wanted to stay in this really interesting place, and I wanted to do this whole thing. And specifically for New Orleans for like Mardi Gras and Carnival or whatever. And yeah, we've all had terrible friends at some point. Good to recognize that, though. Yeah, it was definitely like I had this particular, I knew it was a me problem because I had this particular repeat offender type of friend that I was like, this is the same. I would have really, really good ones, but then there was this one singular type that would like was very transactional, ditched me, but then expected me to be like super loyal and be around them and be at their beck and call all the time. And it was that like archetype of friend that I just kept accidentally like attracting and keeping and enabling, honestly, because I wasn't like, yeah, we're not friends anymore, or like, oh yeah, I'm not doing that, like I wouldn't do it. And so I would just be like, I don't know, it was just like really odd. And then whenever I was in therapy, I was able to figure out like how to spot people like that, how to nip it in the bud early, and basically like if they don't respect these boundaries, then they can't like really be a good friend. So you'll just be friendly acquaintances or nothing, you know. So yeah, but the same thing happened with the New Orleans trip where I had this planned, and then she's like, oh, I wanted to go next year. And then I was like, okay, we can go next year, that's fine. And then they planned it together, and then they told me about it last minute. We're like, I'm sorry, we totally forgot to invite you, but you can come with us and like sleep on the floor if you want. And I was like, I can't, and I don't know. I clung to some friends because I was afraid of being alone. That's totally fair. That's totally fair, because there is a period of time where as your standards rise, also we're on break now, but as our standards rise, that we're like, we kind of go through like a friend purge, and it's kind of lonely when you're like, man, I don't have my shitty friends around, but I'm also like alone, so it's tough. But nowadays I'm much faster at cutting people off if they don't show any effort in the friendship. Yep. It's hard to find good friends. Yeah, we totally forgot. Yeah, sure. God, these people. I know. I was like, you didn't even come up with the idea. This was also the same woman who just like copied me all the time and would say it was her idea. It was so weird. And they're also the same ones where I was like, I think I'm going to start a podcast. And they were like, oh my gosh, we were thinking about starting a podcast about the same exact thing, but you can still do yours. And I was like, I don't need your fucking permission. And then Creepycore and Folklore ended up doing really well. Like, really well. So I think I was at one point in the top, like, 5% of podcasts. And I was like, damn. Like, it was really good. And guess who never even started a podcast? Those two. It is kind of nice that whenever you have like good boundaries, good standards, that kind of thing, that the yucky people kind of weed themselves out and the good people really come through. The competition level, my god, I know. Hexy Hop. A Hexy Hop? Oh, it's a legendary. That was a good one, Jay. That was a really good one. I've never seen that one before. OMG, we thought of that too. I got a feeling they stopped having ideas once you all stopped hanging out. They did. They also... I'm trying to decide how mean I want to be. Okay. They also started a business. And like, I'm not like an ultimate businesswoman. Like, I have a lot of stuff that I like to spitball or have ideas about or whatever. But I think I'm somewhat business savvy, and you kind of have to be like an author, you know, like in, you know, with certain things. And I like marketing and all that stuff. So I'm just like, okay, there's obviously like some affinity for business somewhere. But they started a business that was very unflattering to them, to themselves. And they produced these images, they produced these things, but it was extremely unflattering to them. There was no business venture possibility. Like, it's not possible. it made no sense. And it was so, like, I was so embarrassed on their behalf. And every single caption they had, they were like, this is what best friends are. And I'm thinking, like, no. Best friends do not let best friends do this without telling them that this is a bad idea. But I kind of wonder if maybe the reason it's so weird. Like they steal my ideas. They couldn't execute them anyway. And then they like didn't tell me what the limit, like when I was like, oh, you probably don't want to do that because it gives this idea. They're like, would just do it anyway. I don't know. Anyway. Those types of people are exhausting. They are. Be meaner. Light them on fire so we can see it across the Atlantic. That's awful. I still like to assume the best in people, but it often leads to disappointment. I think that, like, it sounds like an utter lack of taste. It was so trashy. It was so trashy. It was so trashy. And it wasn't about, like, I'm not calling any type of job trashy other than maybe a trash collector. That's literally trashy. But I'm not, but it wasn't even like a classically trashy, quote, trashy job. It was like just a regular business idea that they took in this weird, like, I'm a 5-year-old who loves glitter direction that was just like not viable, and just constantly posting about it and posting about it and posting. And it was very sad, very embarrassing, because if they had ever done that, I like, if we had been friends at that point, which at that point we were not friends anymore, like I had ended it with both of them, and I was like, I would have been like, hey, just so you know, this is not a flattering photo. I think people need friends like that. Or just so you know, I think if you did this kind of photo shoot, it would have been better for this particular business. Boba monk tea. We got another boba. But a boba monkey. So cute. But yeah, so I don't want to get, it's such a very weirdly specific, but basically what they were doing was dressing up as their favorite mythical creatures, and they wanted to do parties, but their price range was astronomical, and also they weren't trained in doing that. And then also the pictures they took were really, really upsetting, and they were like kind of like, oh, it was very odd, very, very odd. Dang, I worked through another break. I'm bad at this. It's okay. This is our last focus time. Yeah. A friend that ghosted me was an aspiring author. See, that's the thing, is like, there's a lot of people that want to be authors, but sometimes you'll notice that the people that are like isolating themselves or cutting you out or doing kind of like odd things, they don't end up like writing stuff because they're not able to handle that kind of feedback. But there's also everything's so nuanced. It depends on the situation. Agreed. Friends shouldn't be there to just be yes men. I totally agree. I'm like, it's like not possible for me. I won't say it meanly. I won't be like, because they didn't look ugly anyway. But I won't be like, wow, you look hideous. We'd be like, hey, like this kind of like this angle, not the best. Don't you want to show off XYZ part of this costume? Like, there's so many other ways to do it. And I would have been like, I love that you want to get to this price range. Where you live and the natural income and all this stuff, like, it's not like possible. So what 5-year-old doesn't want Medusa at the party? I think that would be fun if that was what was going on. There's like, that's the thing, is like there could be an angle. Also found it very interesting that I was talking about like okay, lots of people love cryptids. I don't own cryptids, like I don't mean that, but I found it suspicious based off of past behavior that they copied every single thing. That when I'm talking about whatever cryptid of the month or whatever, the big, because for every 10th episode I did like a big long deep dive episode, and one of them was, they were like, oh, we want to do it on that cryptid, and I'm like, okay, I don't know, I just thought it was odd. Let's see. Being ghosted by friends suck. I've been ghosted more times than I can count. 3 times by local friends. That sucks. And one very recently. That's super painful when that happens. You need a friend who tells you there's spinach in your teeth. Yes. That. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Sophie agrees. I returned from Lurk. What's the chats? Oh man, I was just really shady. I'm sorry. I'll upload it to YouTube. It's fine. Don't tell me they dressed up as Wendy's or flesh pedestrians. No, luckily not. Thank goodness. I was lighting former quote friends on fire. Good. I like how no, it's like, no, wait. No, and I'm not giving anything specific or, I'm keeping it really generic, but yeah, this was all just like all related to the same one. But yeah, that's the overcoming my own toxic cycles of accepting that kind of treatment sort of thing and enabling it. I was enabling it. Yeah, because I would be like, hey, that hurt my feelings, and the one just like would never apologize, but the other one was like, she didn't mean it that way, and then I was like, oh, she probably didn't. It'll be soon. It says it'll be soon. I want to ask the crystal ball if I should go ahead with making my book a thriller or if it's too many layers of the cake. It sounds like it'll be soon means it's gonna be, you're gonna decide to do the thriller. Like soon you'll decide to write the thriller. That's how I'm interpreting it. It can be hard to find good friends, for sure. The other thing, too, on the flip side, I'm not trying to say that people have to be perfect at all. Like, at all. It's just that, like, I've seen it on the flip side, too, where people are way too nutso about the friend needing to be perfect and exactly right. They don't. They really don't. It's just, like, you need to have, like, the mutual respect. I personally, and everyone's, like, desire for a friend needs to be different. I need, like, in-depth conversations about, like, real shit. I need the person to like reciprocate, like not even like like emotional depth. I think I'm more of like the emotional intimacy person, and I think that's fine. I think that's kind of all I need. But if you're the type of person that's like, hey, I really need to have like monthly plans or weekly plans, and if you like bail on me, it kind of hurts my feelings, then then we got to prioritize people like that, you know what I mean? So it's just like, but also like if you find someone who's really great, it's a really good friend to play video games with, or a friend that's really good to talk about deep stuff with, like you can have more than one friend and then have them for certain designated like areas of your life too, because I think that's something that people put pressure on other people to be perfect and they don't reciprocate that. The most recent one had been my friend. It was my freshman year in high school. Damn. But I didn't go to her wedding. And now we only talk by message first. That sucks. I personally completely did a 180 where I used to love going to weddings and dressing up and going. Now I don't like going to weddings. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to me. No. Friends must be flawless. Flawless. That does suck though. I have to say, I don't think I'm friends with anyone from high school. Like I'm not like like ex-friends or anything, but it was kind of like what you're describing, where it's like we kind of didn't go to each other's things, we kind of don't talk, or there's one person doing all of the work. I don't know. Oh yeah, takes a second. Also, I guess I'll work for the last 9 minutes. See if I can finish this section. I'm still at the dark night of the soul, the darkest hour pinch point. So, and this is like my favorite one to write. So it's kind of funny how it's like this is my favorite section to write. I don't know why I'm putting it off. The only friend I have from high school is my chemistry teacher. As long as you became friends with them after you graduated, that's totally fine, and I think that's really fun. And like you can bond with them ahead of time, but I just don't think they can, like, I personally don't think teachers can be friends with students, like active students, but whenever they're an adult and they graduate, I think that's totally fine to be friends with them too. I love that. I'm kind of losing contact with my high school best friend. I struggle to keep being the one to reach out first. That's the part that's really tough. It's like, you know, and that's the thing is, if you think about it, like maybe I should let them know, like, hey, I'd love it if you reached out to, like, that kind of thing. If you think about having that conversation with them and it like fills you with dread, maybe it's like already kind of like going in that direction. But if you're like, all right, I think it's worth telling them because I don't know, they get busy and they kind of forget about like people, and that's one of their character flaws, then I think it's okay to talk to them about it. I've got a couple high school teachers on my Facebook. Perfect. So do I. It's fun. I was supposed to be her maid of honor and my daughter a junior bridesmaid, but she decided to have a Christian ceremony and I'm pagan, and my daughter is just not religious. Yeah. So they kept insistently reminding us about the ceremony and how important it was and how everyone had to be respectful or they would be kicked out, and it made me feel very unwelcome and like they didn't really believe I could be respectful. so we didn't go. Yeah, because they're like treated. That's so weird. It's one thing to be like it kind of sounds like she's like, can't you just be Christian for like the ceremony? And you can't like ask like, that is so disappointing. I'm so sorry. I relate to that. Being the first to always reach out or plan things as exhausting it is. Honestly, we just say happy birthday and happy new year to each other, and that's it. We haven't hung out in person in ages. Yeah, it just kind of sounds like a nostalgic friend, or like a nostalgic acquaintance. Or it's tough. I wish there was a word for an in between acquaintance and friend. That was like, you know, because whenever I say friend, I usually mean like best friend. So no, I don't have any friends from school or university, both from moving around and also me being the person showing up for everybody, but no one showing up when I need them nowadays. All my friends are all over the world. Makes meetups very involved, but they're people I like. I think that's lovely. And that's the good part about, you know, like online spaces too, that you can connect with them that way without having to visit. But I'm not even really close to most folks I went to college with, let alone high school. I'm only really still close to folks I met in my mid-20s onward, but I'm okay with it. That's honestly, that is exactly how it is for me too. It's like, other than the random, like that kind of archetype I was talking about where I was enabling that cycle, and then I was like, oh, I know how to spot this now, and now I don't have any friends like that. Everything has been since I was like mid-20s, and I want to say that's about right for me too. It can be harder to keep in touch when you move to different phases in your life, but it can definitely be done. I feel very lucky in my friend group. I love that. The crazy thing is that up until that moment, she was pagan too. Bro, that's so weird. That's even weirder, because it's like it was like, okay, you know, this is a difference in religion or spiritual practices, and then, you know, depending on the type of Christianity or in the intensity of it or the doctrines of it, some people think that like if you're not Christian then it's like bad or whatever. And so I was like, okay, maybe she's getting like all stressed out, but no, that sounds like she was faking being someone she isn't, one way or the other. Or she had that like cognitive dissonance where like there's a part of her that's one way and there's a part of her that wants to present another way, and so that cognitive dissonance, you being there, like reminded her she was being fake. That's crazy. They're all folks that I have things in common with, unlike those old friends before where I don't have much in common with most of them anymore. Yeah, yep, that totally makes sense. It's like we don't have to be on the same page like of life. For me, this is my own preference. We don't have to be on the same page of life. Like I don't need friends that have children or don't have children or have a bunch of kids. I don't need any of that. But I do need them to be on like an emotional maturity level, like an okay like person, and like a deep feeling person. Yeah, in school, not friends, only after. Still call her Miss Surname though. Perfect. Yes. See, it's hard to break that habit. I think it's fine. I love that. A frequent LOL. I'm gaining new friends. I'm getting new friends through D&D and online spaces though, so that's good. I agree. I think online spaces is like the cool way to connect with people. I did see my old math teacher a few years ago and was just, oh, hi Greg. I have zero respect for him because he was awful. Yeah, basically lost touch with friends from high school. Yeah, I think that's really the most common. You'll only hear about people being friends forever and ever and ever, like with like maybe one person. But it's really kind of uncommon to be friends with high school friends. I'll tell a funny story. When I was in college, I had this huge crush on a person. I went to my first LARP with them. This is so nerdy and I love it because of said crush. And that's where I met my husband. Years later, we were attending a different LARP and met a girl who was dating an ex of mine who also went to the LARP, and we became friends. She is now my closest friend. And then the crush ended up coming to the LARP after my new friend, and the ex broke up. The old crush and new friend ended up getting married and have the same anniversary as me and my husband on Halloween. The former crush was at my wedding and when I was at theirs too. That's so great. I love how everybody intersected. Oh my gosh. This is great. Well, we have just a couple more minutes. I know it's supposed to be focus time, but I'm not doing that. I was like, I think I'm going to start writing. And then I'm like, no. But thank you for keeping me company and talking to me about all kinds of stuff, because I think it's fun. And I really like, even though most of the time I get a shit ton done Today was not one of those days, but I'm really happy to hear about how everyone else got a shit ton done. My oldest friend is from 8th grade, but we're super close. Yeah, see, that makes total sense, because it's like that one anomaly where you're like, actually though, this one's solid. Like, this one stuck with me. I think that's great. I'm trying to think. If me and this person hadn't drifted apart, it would have been 2nd grade. But we started drifting apart because of the polarizingness of some beliefs. Platy Patch! Aw, it's an epic platypus that's gonna make us feel better with shots, I guess. It's a little menacing but cute. My oldest friend is from 8th grade. Okay, my oldest friend. I have no friends. Thomas, you're literally surrounded by friends right now. I don't know what you're talking about. Get yourself a plushie if you don't consider us friends. I'm kidding. You don't have to consider us friends. If you don't want to. No pressure. A mood monster now. That's a mood. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it turns out the person who made this made another one called a mood monster, where you type it in. It's the weird... She makes some weird stuff. Like, one of them is a lurk pillow, where you type lurk and then, like, a pillow gets smushed around. It was like, it's so strange. But it shows up as different colors is the thing. I'm like not super interested in some of the stuff she does, but then the other half of the things she makes, I'm like, these are really cute and fun. But one of them is a mood monster where you type it in, you get like a random monster. So it's funny that she's like Easter egging that here. Another worksheet is done. So this has been a very productive for me. I feel like you and I traded productivity levels. Probably 15 years we've been friends now. We met at an open ritual for Beltane when I was 15. Wow, that is the coolest way to meet edgy friends. Like you, that is very like, it's like we've been blood brothers ever since. Okay, good. Good job, Thomas. Good. I'm glad. She helped me a lot on my baby pagan journey. Aww. I've multi-dupled my friends count after joining Cyborg Central. Outside of Cyborg Central, I have one other online friend that I talk to regularly. Any real life relationships are limited, and I have some old friends in Denmark, but we rarely communicate. That's how I felt for a long time. That is just like, I'm talking like within the past month, started to change, and I started getting like acquaintances, and I'm so nervous about it. And it's all related to daycare stuff where I'm like, ooh, I'm meeting other like parents ? But then one of my fears is like, what if she's what if my babo's friends with a kid and I don't like the parents? I don't know what to do in that situation. It's fine. But my flesh world friend is my housemate who I've lived with for 9 to 10 years now. That is perfect. I like your setup. Honestly, you are like the like rocking this friendship game. All our other flesh world friends have moved away. That sucks. Yes. Well, I am so thankful I got to hang out with you, and I'm glad you're here. Whether you had to come earlier or come later or come and go as you needed to, I love that. And thank you for spending time with me. I super appreciate it. And I will talk to you super soon. And maybe I can do another stream tomorrow. I'm sorry I don't have a schedule yet. Once we figure out childcare and stuff and what it'll look like, I think I'll be a little more settled and I can actually give an actual like thing. Schedule. I'm down to one local friend. The rest are all online. I think that's fine. 123 words. I'll take it. I think that's really good, Sophie. It was fun. Good streams all. Take care. I have another Flesh World friend in my hometown, so I only get to see her once a year. So when I have money for trains. Thank you. Enjoy your day. We will claim you. And I didn't write, but I did finish a level in my game. Awesome! I love that. I finished 3 worksheets. Thank you for the productivity boost. I love that. Well, good work, everybody. You didn't write either, just been playing Cat Quest. I think that's on brand, honestly. But yeah. Also, I love how now that we're at the end of stream, this is where this fluff is staying. When he could have just been there the whole time, but whatever. But yes. So, just ate my dinner and chilled. Perfect. I think that this was like a nice little like middle of the day pick me up for sure. Well, thank you for hanging out and talking to me and working on whatever you wanted to, whether it was chilling or writing or whatever it was. And I will talk to you super soon. And I will say bye.